Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. Okay, so I know that there's been a number of you waiting to see another list on a character from this series. And so today we're going to be having a look at 10 facts that you probably should know about Lucy Heartfilia. Of course, as always, I'd also like to thank those who requested this character, and those who continue to stick around and show support. And with that said, let's hop in. Number 1. Although Lucy is in most cases cowardly and easily frightened, she has no problems with fighting and would happily stand up to danger, even if she ends up getting hurt for her friends and guild. However, unlike most of her friends, she doesn't get very excited about fighting, and is not quick to resort to violence as a solution. And while her powers are normally not as overwhelming as her teammates, Lucy has proven to be a capable combatant herself, often using her cleverness to her advantage, and thinking outside the box during a battle. Lucy has even inherited Natsu's stubbornness and refusal to give up, even when the odds are against her. Number 2. In the official English translation, Lucy's birthday was given as July 1st. This was done by the editor of the translation and not by Hiro Mishima. In the original Japanese release, Lucy's birthday was never revealed. Number 3. Lucy's father states that her name came from the guild in which her parents met, Love and Lucky. Observing that the K on the sign was missing as they left, her parents then both decided that if they were to ever have a baby girl, then they'd name her Lucy. Lucy then half-jokingly comments that a baby shouldn't be named like that. And if you're interested of how Hiro Mishima got the idea for Lucy's name, well, it turns out that he gave Lucy her name when listening to the Beatles song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Number 4. Lucy is passionate for literature, and is in the process of writing her own novel about her adventures in fairy tale, although she does not like telling people about it. And aside from Lucy's interest in writing and reading prowess, she also likes shopping and cooking. She really enjoys yogurt, and her favorite colors are blue and pink. Her ideal type is an assertive man. Jalal as Seagrain was in Lucy's perfect boyfriend list, right on top of Loki. Number 5. If Lucy were to compare herself to an animal, she would have considered herself to be a rabbit. Number 6. Every time the topic of romance and relationships for Lucy comes up, she becomes overly anxious and flustered. When Mirajane suggests to Lucy that Natsu might like her, Lucy starts to visualize Natsu as a sparkly bishonen in a similar way Juvia does with Gray. Even more so when Asuka asks if she and Natsu kissed, she gets extremely embarrassed about the whole conversation. And while she doesn't actively seek out romance, she's a sucker for it. Judging from the few times Natsu has been inadvertently romantic with her, she wouldn't pass up the opportunity. Number 7. Lucy is normally cute, flirty, and lighthearted. However, when annoyed or impatient, she tends to puff up her cheeks. She can have a violent temper at times, especially when finding trespassers in her house. Almost every time Lucy goes to her apartment, one or more of her guildmates is there. And on top of this, Mirajane somehow has a spare copy of Lucy's house key, and often lends it to Natsu and the others so that they can enter Lucy's house. Number 8. Apparently, Lucy's underwear is so sexy that it gets a kinky reaction from everyone who sees it, especially Erza. In addition to this, almost all of the female cast has the same breast size, Lucy included. Her breasts are the only ones mentioned, most parodied, and even regarded as biggest of all in universe for some reason. I mean, clearly there's a reason. Those things are pretty huge. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Number 9. Lucy is proud of her good looks, and is annoyed about how her feminine wiles never works to distract men. A running gag throughout the series is dedicated to pointing out how this never seems to work. Most of the time it actually backfires on her. Natsu and Gray in particular have gotten so used to seeing her with her clothes off that it no longer affects them. Number 10. The earliest concept of Lucy was not much different from the original idea. It turns out that Lucy would actually use cards instead of keys. However, because this idea had already been repeatedly used, Hiro Mishima decided to scrap the idea. Lucy's early concept had curly locks, 2 ponytails instead of 1 bunch. Her skirt before seems to have a bit of ruffles, and her top had an inner scarf. In her early concept, she also appeared to be wearing high heels with laces. In contrast to her black high boots that she currently wears, she also didn't wield her usual weapon, which is a black whip. And with that said, that pretty much concludes it for this list. If by any chance you learned or found something to be interesting from this list, feel free to leave a like and share the video with others. And of course, like always, if you'd like to see more characters from this series as well as from other series, by all means post your suggestions down below. And surely you'll get a chance to see them in upcoming lists. I'll see you all next time in the abyss.